What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big Tuesday, March 9th NCAA basketball show. Check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Max pops off his card with the ACC tourney first round, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Boston College Eagles, 4-15, 2-11 in conference versus the Duke Blue Devils, 11-11, 9-9 in conference. We're in Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. We have Duke opening up at 12.5. Two books have moved it to 13. This total opened at 152.5, and we see 153s now on the board. Boston College closed out the season losing 6 of 7. They faced Duke in a tight 83-82 game at Cameron Indoor Stadium on January 6th. In that game, Boston College shot 55.2% from the field and 56.3% from three and still couldn't win. CJ Felder led the way, shooting 10 of 13 from the field, 4 of 6 from three for 24 points. It's been a tough year for these Eagles. They suspended Winston Tabbs for breaking COVID protocols. He was averaging 13.3 points per game. 2 weeks ago, they lost guard Rich Kelly for the season due to a foot injury. He's averaging 11.6 points per game. They continue to deal with injuries. A 6'9 senior, Stephon Mitchell, went down with a hamstring injury on February 27th. He's listed as questionable to play. They were led all year by sophomore Jay Heath, who averages 15.1 points per game. They're coming off losing 93-64 at Florida State on Wednesday and losing 80-76 at Miami on Friday. They averaged 72.4 points per game, hit 42.3% from the field, 33.7% from three, and 70.4% from the line. Duke finished the year in disappointing fashion. They lost 3 straight, the last an embarrassing 91-73 defeat at North Carolina. Max was on the Tar Heels for that and cashed. Their fate was sealed when they shot 5 of 27 from three. They were led by 7-foot freshman center Mark Williams, who went for 18 points. With Jalen Johnson not in the picture, they're led by Matthew Hurt, who averages 18.7 points, 6.2 boards, and TJ Stewart, who averages 11.2 points. On the season, Duke is ranked second in the ACC, averaging 75.8 points per game. Their offense isn't the problem. They hit 46.6% from the field, 34.4% from three, and 69.6% from the line. Max, should Duke be this big of favorites, and how are you getting paid on Tuesday evening?
Jim, I think that with this game to open up the ACC tournament, well, it's actually the second game, but to see Duke playing on this day and not having at least a single bye, if not a double bye, is just really freaking, it's just riveting, you know? It brings you back to some nostalgia that really I don't think I should talk about on this show. So I'm going to actually leave it alone. I think, Jim, when you look at Duke, this is a team that only beat this Boston College group, albeit with Tabbs and Kelly, by 1 point when they met earlier on at Cameron Indoor. And I think that with this line, you know, I think it's gotten a little out of hand. I would have lined this game very differently in favor of Duke. I would have only made Duke a 8.5 point favorite. So to see them at 13 definitely has me interested in Boston College for the show pick. And I think that with Boston College, listen, this is a team that the cupboard is not bare. I've used that line a couple times in my day, and I'll use it once again here. They are getting buckets, and it's to the tune of about 64% of their scoring in the last 5 or 6 games have been coming from the backcourt. And with Jay Heath, he has been goddamn hot. He's been red hot. He's capable of giving you that 30-point performance, that outlier performance that you need to stay in a game against a team that is talented on paper as Duke. Unfortunately, with Duke, they don't execute as well as a lot of people anticipated. I think with Duke, they got to be able to press you. They got to be able to get some production from DJ Stewart and Jeremy Roach. And of course, Matthew Hurt's got to make it look easy on offense. I think that with this Boston College team, they are being undervalued. They are being underrated. And I think that with the Langford brothers, I think that you're getting a lot of offense from Makai's giving you 3-point shooting and good facilitation. DeMar came off the bench last game against Miami and gave you an outlier performance of 17 points and 7 for 9 from the free throw line. I think that with Frederick Scott coming back from injury, you get a fucking bona fide power forward guy that's adapted to the ACC style and strength to come off and give you some points and give you some rebounds to cover up what Stephon Mitchell is leaving. I think that Boston College is vulnerable in one area. It's the first half, Jim. If they don't come out making shots early, they could get blown out. I think that by the numbers, they have a 3-point advantage. They have a free throw line advantage. They win on second chance points, more so with Stephon Mitchell in the lineup than not. And I do think he does play tomorrow. And from a defensive aspect, if Boston College can disrupt Duke's ball movement with different looks and different styles, keep the turnovers down, and reverse some of their early day troubles, they're in a better role and a better motivation and situational spot to backdoor cover this game with a 3-point make late. I don't think it's going to be that far off. I think Boston College stays within 10 points, and I'll make them my first official show pick. And I'll take the over also because I lined at a 155, so enough value there to take.
I like it, Max. Let's line shop for you. Do you want Boston College plus 13 at minus 110 or plus 12.5 at plus 100?
Plus 13, please.
Plus 13 at minus 110. That's available at Circa Sports. So we start there. Then let's see what we can get, Max, for a total. We have 152.5 at Circa. We have 152.5 at FanDuel. So it's no difference in any of the books here. They're all 152.5 at minus 110.
Works for me, bro.
And you are locked in, Max, making a move on side and total in this Boston College Duke Blue Devil game that pops off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.